What a chaotic Monday morning, everybody. I hope everybody else's morning was just as chaotic as mine. Just kidding. I hope everybody had a great one. Uh, man, all right. So, welcome to Kletus Roadside Service. We'll start off there. Well, getting to work on time was perfect. Couldn't have been better. Could have definitely been worse. Uh, the I forgot that yes, on Friday I wanted to get home as quickly as possible, and I was like, oh, I'll fill up the motorcycle whenever I get close to my house, and then I never did. I just went straight home because we were headed to the lake, boys, going to the lake. So the motorcycle is currently basically out of fuel. Yeah, so that wasn't really going to work this morning, and then I hop in the pickup truck, and I was like, I hope it's got enough fuel, and it has enough. I don't know, it's got plenty in it, it'll be all right. But it was getting pretty low. But I ran that truck, everything I got out of fuel. What the hell? That's all on me. Obviously, those are my vehicles. I'm the only one that runs them, and now they're both out of fuel, and I didn't have time this morning to stop. I was thinking about it, but I was like, I'd rather just get to work on time and have a truck that's out of fuel whenever I need to go home. Future me will take care of all the problems here. Current me, yeah, so I waited till last night to do all my paperwork. Bunch of mumbo jumbo. You guys don't want to hear about it, but I'm going to tell it anyways. Sat down, tried to figure out all my jobs throughout the week. Man, that's not fun. Not fun. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck I did yesterday. And I was at the lake. But I got everything figured out, kind of got my times all hovered around and figured out, and we're good. We're good. Um, kind of. I made several mistakes last night doing my paperwork, and I had to go to the administrator here over at our office. The office lady, she's so nice. I'm like, hey, listen, I fucked up. And then I had to go to her again and say, oh, I fucked up this other thing too. And then I had to go to her again right before I left. I was like, oh, I totally forgot. I fucked up again. Here you go. Fix it, please. Get me all my times in so I can get paid, because I like getting paid. But we're running a roll-off truck today. It's going to be a pretty uneventful time. I'm driving from Kansas City over to East St. Louis, which is in Illinois. There's a landfill over there, and there's a roll-off box. We have a shop in East St. Louis, Illinois. They have a roll-off truck. I don't know why I'm doing this, but hey, I'm here for it. What if it involves me driving? I want it, and I'm doing it. Oh, gotta get all the air out of the fucking seat. People, people love to just air these fucking seats sky high. They all have back issues. Their fucking lumbars all fucking poking you in the back and shit. Anyways, driving over there, pick up a roll off box, and then drive it 2 hours north from that location, uh, and then find a hotel. I guess just find a fucking hotel and hang out. I thought about bringing the laptop because today would be a really good day for that. It's going to be a pretty short one. I mean, got to drive to St. Louis, but I drive to St. Louis and back on days, and it's a little bit of a longer day, but it's not. It's doable. Now I'm just driving there, and then I have the option to drive, 2 hours from that location over. And I don't know, but I'm going to be in a roll-off truck, so I'll fit in almost any hotel parking lot, which is kind of nice. Um, There is no hazardous waste manifest. I guess not with me, but there might be one where I pick up the box, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I asked my boss 3 times. I'm like, so just drive over there and I'll know what I'm doing when I get there? Like, what? I have no information. I know where I'm going. And he sent me a pin drop. He said, this is the pin drop. Go to that place. And it's right next to the fucking, the main fucking drop for the landfill. I'm like, okay. He's like, go there. I'm like, all right, go there. Damn, boy. I don't know. I'm going to go. I'm going. I'm going right now. But I had to figure out a bunch of paperwork and other bullshit at the shop before I left. I had to clean my mirrors because they're dusty as hell. So, um, yeah. So that's my crazy Monday so far. I finally got out of the shop. It's 8:12. I got there at fucking 6:30. I do have coffee with me. I am not in the middle of a fast right now. I have been eating less. Like last night, I didn't eat dinner. I did eat. My brother stayed over at my house to watch the dogs while we went to the lake, and we'll get to all that. The last thing I ate was I don't. He left some Chinese food there. I don't think it was on purpose. But and I'm surprised he didn't text me like this morning or something and say, "Hey brother, can you grab that Chinese food I left over there and bring it to work for me?" I thought he was gonna do that for sure. I definitely thought that's what was gonna happen. Didn't happen at all. So I ate it all. It's already gone. I ate. You leave leftovers in my fridge, I'm eating them. Where are we going? Let's see here. All right, now we're on the road. Yeah, it's a 3 hour and 45 minute drive. It's not gonna be a long day at all. I'm gonna be in a hotel for a while, just hanging out. And then I don't. If I drive to where I need to offload, I'm not even allowed to be there until 9 o'clock. And then I got a couple hour drive back home from there. So the per diem is gonna come in handy. Oh, and I just now remembered I forgot to submit my per diem for 2 days last week. I need to get that submitted, but I can submit. I'll submit it with these, and then I'll get it all at once. That'll be nice. I don't have job number. I don't even know what the fuck is going on here. But oh, come on over, car. You can go slow as fuck and get on over. Come on over. I'll slow way down for you so you can get to where you need to go. You could go right behind me. I have a lot of room behind me where you can go as slow as you want, but cutting me off to make this exit will be okay. That'll do it. I honked at somebody today. I almost forgot about that. That was as soon as I got on the highway. I'm leaving my neighborhood-ish area, getting up on the highway, and coming up, I see a gap. I see the headlights for the truck next to, behind me. He's behind me. So, and I'm actively speeding up. He fucking speeds up. And then, so I slow down a little bit, and then I look, and he's got a fucking trailer on him. And I'm like, what the fuck? You literally blocked me from getting on the highway. You really didn't want to be behind me, so you sped the fuck up. Now I gotta slam on my brakes because I didn't realize you have a fucking trailer. God damn, dude. The little V6 in my 92, it ain't got a whole lot of pep in its step. So that was really interesting, having and I honked at him, and then I passed him, and then I did about 95 mile an hour all the way to work from there on. I'm like, fuck you, you bitch! You slow fuckhead! I saw his company name. We've been on job sites before. Now, they have a billion fucking trucks, so I doubt I'm ever going to run into that specific guy. But if I see him in the mornings again, he'll recognize my red door on my 92, and I'll fucking chuck a spit bottle at his fucking windshield or something. Fuckhead. You fuckhead. Fucking cut me off, make me slam on the brakes. I'm in the middle of speeding up. I had room. All you had to do was let off. You just pushed it further. Anyways, yeah, we went to the lake. That was a great time. It was an okay time. We went to the lake. Let's just say that. No, it was a good time for the most part. I'm a complainer, so I always look for things to complain about, and I got them. I got them, fellas. I know you want to hear about the fucking me fucking with the in-laws at the lake and shit. All right, so let's start it off at I get home, I shit, I shower, I shave, I get packed. My wife is not happy. Yeah, I have room to go here too, but you're gonna fucking you're being a fucking cunt nugget. People do not like to be behind anybody. They like to be in first place. They got to be in first place, even though it's behind that motherfucker. The fuck. Uh. So yeah, my wife wasn't too happy that I came home and took forever to get ready. But I mean, I just worked all day. You know, I was like, I'm gonna sit and relax a little bit. So I did, and then yeah, we go out, we get on the road, and we hop in her car. We did not take the truck like I planned on. Her car is sounding worse and worse every day. The exhaust is about to blow the fuck off. It sounds like it. I mean, it's a weird exhaust leak. So when you fire the car up, it sounds like fucking shit. And then if you let it sit there and go through the high idle cold start or whatever, it'll eventually calm down a little bit, but it still sounds more like a straight piped four cylinder, uh, or just a four cylinder with a bad exhaust leak. Um, so we ended up driving that. We go out, we get on the road, we stop off. We stop off in this town. They have a Captain D's. My wife loves uh, what's that other one called? The other fucking fish fry place. Fuck, I can't think. John Silver's. Long John Silver's. Long Schlong Silver's. She loves to eat there, even though every one of them has a fucking F with the health department. Um, she loves to eat there. Like, that's the one place, like, it's like, yeah, I know there's bugs, but it's really good fish. I don't know. It's not even good fish, but she loves to go there. And they've been closing them down around us. So there used to be, 3 or 4 of them around our area within 30 minutes, and now there are 0 long schlong slivers. So she saw it. She's like, "Well, what do you want to eat?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. Let's just go." She's like, "Are you gonna eat?" And I said, "No." That was a lie, just so she would pick. Figured that little cheat code out. If I'm like, no, I'm fasting, I'm not going to eat. So then she has to pick, and then I just eat. Whenever we get there, I'm like, I changed my mind. I'm going to eat. Which I have been eating. I did that 36-hour fast. I don't know if I ever covered how long I went. Um, I might have covered it a few times actually. I don't know. There was a couple of times I started recording a podcast and I stopped because I was not in the right mindset or something. So, and I don't know. Even the podcast I put out on Monday, which is today, I don't even know what the fuck that is. So I saw a couple of audio files, I merged them together and sent it out into the fucking abyss. So enjoy that. If it's for the second time, enjoy it again. Sorry about that. If it's for the first time, then I did good, and I am a smart man. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here. I don't even know what that fucking means. Flying by the seat of my pants? What the fuck does that even mean? When you really deconstruct that fucking saying, What the hell are they talking about? I can't even imagine that. I'm thinking of wings to my ass pockets. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. Where you sit down, I'm guessing it's your ass. I don't know. What else would be the seat of your pants? I don't know. Anyways, that means I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. Means I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to just follow other people's directions here, and we're going. In the podcast, I don't even know whose direction I'm following. Somebody should be in charge of the Kletus Roadside Service podcast. I'm not I'm not equipped to be in charge of this fucking thing. Anyways, we're rolling down the road. We go to Captain D's, which is the off-brand of Long Schlong Slivers. Okay, it's the same thing, just worse, and it's already not good to begin with. So we go there, and I try to buddy up with the guys there because we were pulling up. It was 6 o'clock on a Friday, and there's not one car in the parking lot. And I'm like, I just look at my wife. I'm like, we beat the rush. She's like, this does not look good. You know, there's trash everywhere. It looks like it should be on a lake. There's not a lake anywhere nearby. Captain D's. And they don't have hats like Long Schlong Slivers do. Long Slivers got the little hats for the kids and whatnot. This place, maybe they have hats. They didn't have them out. But we go in and we see two little fuckhead kids working at the counter. And they're over there like, I don't know, slapping each other with a raw piece of fish. They're just fucking around. They are young. They don't give a fuck. Nobody who comes here, and if they do come here, they expect it to not be good. I got coffee all over me. So, me trying to get back into my teen mindset, I go in there, I'm like, hey, what the fuck you guys doing? You know, just try to chit chat with them, become friends with the people that are about to cook my food. I'm like, I know the food here isn't all that great, but what's like the best thing that you guys can cook? Like, what is something that you'd actually eat from here that redhead fuck would cook for you? And he's like, oh, I just get the sampler platter. I'm like, are you sure? Like, I want it to be good. He's like, oh yeah, we'll make it good for you. I'm like, okay, I'll do the sampler platter. And then the kids, I don't know, they got popcorn shrimp and chicken strips and french fries, and my wife got a little fish fillet thing. And anyways, we sat down, and all the seats are ripped. They've been ripped for a long time. I don't know, fucking just, it's a gross ass restaurant. But we sit down, we're all kind of hanging out, and then the food comes. First off, I thought we were friends, you redhead fuck. Okay, I thought we were fucking friends. I'm up there, we're talking about him working the drive-through and the ding, and I joked about how I was gonna drive around the building 5 times and make a ding on him and all that shit. And he brings me my food. These are the two saddest excuses of fucking fish strips I've ever fucking seen in my life. They're fucking. They look like deep fried pencils. It's not good. The chicken, it was like, I don't know. They just I don't know what. The food tasted okay, but you know, whenever you're digging in the bag of frozen fish, you know, grab the bigger ones for me, please. Come on, man. I thought we were friends. Maybe they're saving the big ones for themselves. I don't know. So, anyways, they forgot my fucking hush puppies. That was not cool. I had to go up there and fucking lay down the law. Come on, truck. Just do what I want you to do. There we go. Forgot my fucking hush puppies, you bitches. Luckily, everybody else had hush puppies, but nobody else wanted to eat the hush puppies. That was surprising. So, yeah, for me going off of a fast, and that wasn't the first thing I ate, but I was going to try to put better food back into my body, and then we end up at fucking Captain D's. So that was our first mistake right there. Uh, I ended up eating the platter and probably about 6 hush puppies. Not great, but I wanted to get my body back into my normal mode, because my normal mode, I can fucking party and have a good time. So anyways, we ate. Everybody is complaining, but that's okay. We get in the car, we listen to their music. My kids, they love to listen to Tech Nine. I don't know. They just love it so much. Every time we get in the car, play Red Kingdom, play Red Kingdom, play Red Kingdom. That's the only song they really care about, which is, I guess, better than any of the other songs he's got. I mean, I like Tech Nine a lot, but for my children to be listening to, I think Red Kingdom is the safest Tech Nine song there is. Anyway, we drive down there, and we're getting close. It's an hour and a half, 2 hour drive, not too bad. Um, and we're getting close, and my wife's like, "Hey, I want to stop and grab some brewskis." She's like, "I want to have something to drink when we're down there." I was like, "Me too. It's a good idea. Let's go ahead and stop." But we had already told her mom what time we would be arriving. She gave her the exact fucking minute. So she was going to wait by the gate. This is like a gated community down at the lake. It's not a nice community, but I guess it's kind of nice if you have a lake house. But they're all kind of like trailers and sheds and fucking, you know, Jim Bob on the weekends. Every other weekend he goes down there and puts up another piece of paneling on his shed or whatever for his family to come sleep in. They're kind of just makeshift housings down there. There's no permits required or nothing. So, anyways, I'm like, all right, well, we're going to pass it up and we're going to keep on going, and we're going to go till we find a little gas station or something. I was like, I think there's one up here in this little town. Turns out there wasn't. There was just a Dollar General. But I said, hey, they sell alcohol. We're going in there. So we go in there. I grabbed me an 18-pack of Natural Light. It was cheap as fuck. It was $8 for 18. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm going Natural Light, bud. Grabbed me a little case of that. And then my wife, she was not impressed by their foo-foo selection. So she left empty-handed. And then her mom is like calling us, like, where the fuck are you? I've been sitting at the gate waiting, blah, 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 blah. I was like, well, we didn't tell you to meet us at the gate. She's like, you said you'd be here at this time. It's like, well, we had to go get alcohol. Wow, we've been waiting. I'm like, God damn it. This is already a start to a fucking long weekend with your ass. That's for sure. And she wasn't too bad. I do complain about her in the future here coming up quick, but she was better than normal. So we end up getting over there, and then we follow them down to the cabin or whatever, and they're like, you have to follow us because the GPS won't take you. The GPS would have taken me exactly to the right spot. We could have you gave me the gate code, we could have drove straight down to it. But whatever. If you want us to follow you and follow your fucking dust, holy shit, all the gravel, everything's gravel down there, so it's just dust. We're just driving straight into dust in the middle of the night. This is like 8:30 by the time we got down there. But we've stayed down there once before, a long, long, long time ago. It's been a long time since we've been down to these lake cabins. And they had just started building these cabins last time we went down there. And we stayed in one of the cabins, but there's no roof on it. I mean, there was a roof, but there's a lot of open space. It's basically just, if it rains, you only get a little bit wet. Now, they were full-fledged cabins. They were completely done. Furnished really nicely. They had a stand-up shower, a real toilet, sink, a full-size fridge, a couch, TV, DVD player, movies, a bed, blow-up mattress, all kinds of shit. and everything was awesome. We go down there and we start drinking. I think I drank like 4 beers. No, I had 11 the next morning. So I drank 7 beers that night, and we ended up, I don't know, we just hang out around the campsite or everything. We didn't even go outside and have a fire. We talked about having one, but we ended up not. And just hung out, had a good time that first night. Nothing crazy happened. Went to sleep. My daughter was freaking out about sleeping in there because it's a new place or whatever. So we had to switch up sleeping arrangements. My wife was like, "I'm gonna sleep with the kids in the front room, and you get the whole bed to yourself." I'm like, "This is odd, but okay. I mean, you and her can come in the bed, and I'll sleep out there with the boy, and we'll be all right." She's like, "No, no, no, we'll do it this way." I was like, "All right, fine." I wake up, my daughter's in bed with me. I'm like, "What the hell?" She got scared with mom, so she came to sleep with me, which was kind of cute. We woke up pretty early and got everybody else ready to go, and everybody got their suits on and packed up, and we're ready to hit the lake. So we hop in the cars and head down to the marina. Go down there. I get some glasses holders because I don't want to lose my prescription sunglasses. And I grab a koozie, and then I go with dad-in-law to go get the boat because it needs fuel. And we get it fired up and brought over there. I totally forgot about this until just now, but luckily I'm running through the story as I go. As we're pulling up to the fuel island, he nails the fucking dock. I mean, he's on starboard. He's docking. He's pulling into a slot basically, and he's sitting on the opposite side of the boat. So I guess it makes sense. But I saw it coming, and I was like, but I said, he knows what he's doing. I'm not going to give him any pointers on how to run this boat. And we're going, and then the guy there, the fuel boy, he's like, "You're about to hit, and then bam, we fucking nailed the fucking dock. And I mean, he turned beet red because he's embarrassed and also upset that he just rammed his boat right into the fucking dock in front of everybody. Like, there's other people fueling up and everything. And I mean, he shook the whole fucking thing. People inside felt it because the dock is connected to the fucking store and shit. Like, holy shit. Why is everybody going so goddamn slow? So, anyways, I'm just like, God damn it. Like, why didn't you do anything? I'm like, you're the captain, man. I'm not even over there. I'm not even over there to see. I thought you knew your boat. Sorry about that. And I try not to be mean because I do like him a lot. But, like, I thought you knew your boat, man. Sorry about that. You fucking nailed that motherfucker. And, a little red car. Oh, am I slowing you down? I'm doing 4 over, you stupid hoe. Get the fuck around me. Oh, you wanted to go a half a mile an hour faster than me. Okay, that's why you're on my fucking ass. You're eating a burrito? Stupid Kia. Anyways, we get fuel and then we we get out on the water. Everybody gets all loaded up and everything, and then of course, mom-law, she's like, "We need weight distribution. You're sitting here, you're sitting there, over there. You need the cooler over here. You need to sit over there." And I'm like, "I'm taking my little cooler wherever the fuck I sit because I got my 11 beers sitting in there." She's like, "You need to put your cooler over there." I'm like, "No, no." Like, well, you need to sit over here. I'm like, okay. And I sit over there, and I grab my cooler, and I sit. And she's like, no, no, you need to sit over there. I'm like, listen, lady, this is not musical fucking chairs. It's a tri-tune boat. It's not gonna fucking flip. We're not that fucking off weight, on this fucking thing. I think we're gonna be okay. So, anyways, after moving around seats 3 fucking times and complaining about the fucking cooler situations and shit, finally got set. But I was already drinking. I was already on my second beer before we were done fueling up, basically. And we go out. We go out pretty far. All the kids get a little shot to sit with Grandpa, sitting on the seat and steer the wheel and everything. They're all having a great time. We get out to a spot and we're getting anchored up. And so we pull up. He shuts the engine off, and then he gets up and he starts. I was like, "Do you want help with the anchors?" They're like, "No, we got it." I'm like, "Okay, okay." So I just sit, in my seat and empty out my pockets, and then I open up the side door to the boat. And they're like, "You can't get in yet." I was like, "Why?" They're like, "The motor's still running." I was like, "No, it's not." And Dad-law was like, "No, it's off." And she's like, "Well, don't get in yet. We haven't anchored." I'm like, "I can swim to wherever the boat goes," and I just jump off the boat. And they're all upset because I'm fucking defying their orders. And I'm out there just swimming around, and the kids are like, "I want in, I want in," and they're like, "No, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet." I'm like, let them in. They got their life jackets on and everything. They're ready to go. Let them in. They're like, "Not yet. We don't have the anchor set." I'm like, "Lady, the fucking lake is pretty calm here, and we can just wade over. I mean, I'm not far from the fucking boat. The boat was basically stopped when I jumped off." Like, I don't know. They're just they want well, not they. I mean, everybody else jumps in with her because nobody wants to defy mom law. I don't give a fuck. I'm just doing whatever the fuck I want. But eventually we all get out and we're all having a good time. And then I thought it was fun to go underneath the boat. Now, I understand it's not really, you're not supposed to go under the boat and blah, 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 blah. But I took the boys, after they jumped in, I was like, let's scare them. Because going under the pontoon, you can see the ladder over there. And so we're going underneath, and then we're like, bah! And we scare them. And they're all like, "Do not do that. Do not do that. Do not." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up." They're like, "You are not supposed to go under the boat." I'm like, "Why?" Like, because I'm like, "What? Why? Why? What's wrong? What is wrong? Am I just being defiant here?" You guys leave it in the comments. Am I just being a defiant fucking son-in-law here? Or are they being fucking pussies? Because every time I've been on a pontoon, I go underneath that motherfucker. And it ain't changing with your fucking pontoon. I ain't doing nothing. Like, well, it's gross under there. I'm like, gross? Wasn't gross when I went under. And the kids came out. Nobody has any schmutz on them. Everybody's clean. Everything's. We're in the fucking lake. You fucking assholes, freaking the fuck out. So, anyways, I kind of calmed down a little after that. I try not to get on anybody's nerve. Just drinking beers. And we swam there for a while. We all just kind of hung out. But I mean, oh my God. Anytime anybody got further than 10 feet from the boat, they're like, "You need to get over here." Even me, by myself. They're like, "You need to get over here." I'm like, "Why? You're getting drifted out." I'm like, oh my God. Would you all shut the fuck up? You guys act like you guys are straight up Karens over here. And all of them. They're all acting like Karens. Even my wife. You know, I'm 20 feet away from the boat, and They're like, get over here. And then my wife is like, he's a fucking, he just does whatever he wants. He doesn't know the dangers. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? I'm 20 feet from the boat. I'll swim to shore and back. That's what we used to do as kids. You guys act like so sheltered. You guys grew up in the fucking 80s, 70s, 80s. And you guys are freaking out about a grown man being 20 feet away from the boat. And then, yeah, I'm hanging out with my kids. I'm dragging them around. We're just swimming around, having a good time. And I mean, we just got watchful eyes on us the whole fucking time. I mean, it's really fucking annoying. Um, I understand the lake can be a dangerous place, but everybody's got life jackets on. Everybody's floating. Everybody's having a good time. And, everybody that, me and the kids, I guess, but they're freaking out the whole. I'm like, you guys, your all stress level is way too fucking high. You guys need to calm the fuck down and relax a little bit. We're on the goddamn lake. Holy shit. By God, somebody has 11 beers while they're floating out here and gets 20 feet from the fucking boat. Holy shit. The world's gonna end. Jesus fucking Christ. So, anyways, we ended up, after a while, I was like, hey, I saw everybody else getting up on the boat. So, and me and the boys were out there, and we were out there for a while, and I was like, hey, boys, you want to go up and go to a different spot? And then the three women up there, they look like, is this your boat? Are you the one going to take us to another spot? Why are you making the rules? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, holy shit. What do you mean? I was like, are we not going to another spot? Like, what the fuck? So we get up on the boat and and then they're like, hey, do you guys want to go to another spot? Yeah, we do. That's a great idea. How about right now? Right as everybody else is on the boat, and then just me and the two young kids, get up on the boat. Holy shit! I mean, I mean, guys, if you want to party, don't go with these fucking people because these people don't know how to party at all. You would think they do because her parents, they're at the bars. They have a bar they go to all the time. They come down to the lake all the time. You would think they know how to party, but I don't know. I think it's me. They don't trust me for fucking nothing. So, anyways, just passed a trooper doing about 4 over. He ain't coming. So, yeah, I think it's me. It's always been my suspicion, and that's what it's always felt like is that it's me. I don't know. They don't trust me at all, and I just want to look at them and just say, do you know who the only person that works for this family? Me, my 2 children, and my wife. The only person that's working, the only person that's making money, the person that I own a house. Well, I don't own it, but we're paying for it. I mean, we've been, in the process of paying for this house for the last 7 years. Buying vehicles, making sure everything's running, replacing stuff. I'm the fuck. You guys act like I'm not responsible because I come out here to have a good time. I'm the only one taking care of this whole fucking family, okay? You guys need to realize I'm fucking responsible. I'm out here trying to decompress and have a good time, and you guys are really bugging the fuck out of me with all your nagging. So anyways, we go back to the fucking cabin. We get off the boat. Everything goes fine, really, from that. I mean, and I'm bitching about it, but this is all like mostly internal shit that I'm upset with. This is their normal. I feel like this is also could be, maybe it isn't me. This is just how they normally are. They're just normally high strung and fucking want to control every little fucking aspect of everything that goes on around them. I mean, last time I went out on the boat with them was, I think, the second time they ever had the boat out, and they were complaining that they were using the wrong anchor, and then other people were pulling into the cove that we were at, and they were getting real. They were like, "Oh my gosh, these boats are too close to us," and blah blah blah. I'm like, "You guys have 120 foot of fucking line out with your anchor. Your boat's gonna sway all over the fucking place. Okay, you need to shorten up your fucking anchor, you dumb fucks." But they didn't want to listen to me then, and I thought, luckily no other boats really came up near us. Oh well, there was one boat that drove into the cove. Like, we're in the middle of the cove, and they drove around the cove, and all those fucking women were like, "What a fucking asshole!" I'm like, "What did he do?" "He drove in the cove." I'm like, "Okay, what's wrong with that?" They're like, "Well, he's making waves." I'm like, "Yeah, the kids love the waves. Otherwise, it's just sitting out here. The waves are cool. You bounce up and down." Oh, and then that was the other thing. As the tiny fucking waves were coming towards us, they're like, "Boys, close your nose. Point your head up. Point your head up. Close your nose. Point your head up." And we're just like, just barely fucking going up and down. I'm like, "You fucking bunch of fucking queers, bunch of fucking pussies up here." God damn, they really don't like seeing anybody having fun. Now, we go back to the cabins, and yeah, I just follow. No, yeah, we drive back to the cabins. When we get there, and we're all just kind of hanging out. They're talking about starting a fire once it gets a little closer to dark, but I'm beat. I don't burn on my arms, but my shoulders really burn because I was wearing a cutoff t-shirt. But I put sunscreen on my knees and my feet. That was it. And luckily I did that because I didn't do it on my shoulders because I figured my shoulders would be all right. But no, I wear t-shirts with sleeves on it all the time. But the rest of my arms are baked in the sun by driving around and being outside almost all the day, all the time. So everything was fine. But I was also just beat from being out on the lake. I drank 11 beers. We had an okay time. We did a lot of swimming, um, other shit like that. I forgot there's a way station right here. God damn, bouncy. So we go back to the cabins, and I just kind of put in a movie, try to sit with the kids. They're all running around having a good time. Just the boys, they're just fighting. They usually play Fortnite together, so whenever they get together, they like to act like they're fucking playing Fortnite and run around beating the shit out of each other and have, just being boys, which is not okay with the moms over there. They are not okay with that at all. Um, and then, but they all go do whatever they do. And I don't know. I don't know. We ate pizza. We went up to their cabin because there's four cabins and one trailer out on this property, and we're staying in two of them. And I don't know. I had the boys and the moms were down there, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, don't jump on the air mat." I mean, and they're right for it, but they're really aggressive about it. They're like, "Quit jumping on the bed, blah blah blah. You're gonna get hurt." And then everybody leaves. It's just me and the boys and my daughter. And yeah, the boys, they're running around jumping like crazy. And then my nephew runs up and bangs his fucking head right off of the counter. But he doesn't cry or anything. He's still running around having a good time. And then my son runs over and bangs his head off the counter. And I'm like, "Guys, go in the other room if you're going to fucking run and jump and play." They bang their heads, whatever. It's okay. Um, And it looks like they're pulling people in here. I'm empty, so I should be good. We'll roll the windows down real quick. Pulling up on the scale, so pardon my quietness. Green light, go. The scales, the scale operators, they vary from place to place, scale to scale. Sometimes they leave the green light on until they want you to stop, and sometimes, because they all have a stop sign, most of them have a stop sign, and then you, some of them, they want you to just roll through the stop sign, it seems like. And some of them want you to stop before the stop sign, and then some of them don't want you. If the light's red, don't pull on the scale. But I don't want to sit there and piss them off, and not pull on the scale if it's red, and they can clearly see I'm empty. So I just pulled up on the scale on a red light, but I didn't know if that was good, and then I don't know. Fuck. Anyways, fucking scales. I hate scales. I really, really don't like going over them. Uh, Mainly because I've been pulled over for some stupid ass shit. They're just like, hey, let's do an inspection. It's like they're just like, they just spin a wheel and they're like, okay, we're gonna get you for this. It's like, what the fuck. Anyways, so yeah, both the kids banged their head off the counter. Both of them are still playing and having a good time. And then it was a few minutes later, I hear screaming, and I'm laying there trying to watch Hotel for Dogs. Me and my daughter are sitting there watching Hotel for Dogs. And my little nephew starts screaming, and he comes out and his hand is all red. And I'm like, God damn it. So I take him into the bathroom, but it's not potable water or whatever they just use for showers and stuff. So luckily they had like bottles of water, so I used that and put it on a napkin and kind of wipe his head. And I look at it, and he's got a big old knot. He banged it right on the corner of the fucking cabinet. I'm like, God damn it! So I had to call the people that I really don't want to deal with. Luckily, they didn't blame they didn't really hold me accountable. They definitely could have, and that's what I was expecting. But I called them because we have walkie talkies. There's not really good phone signal, so I call them on the walkie talkies. I'm like, hey, Frank, mamas, anybody that's a mom, get down here. They're like, what do you want? I'm like, I need the moms to come down here to the other cabin. Like, oh yeah, what do you need? I'm like, I need the fucking moms to come down here right now. And then I was trying to get them to not, because it's dark and it's a lot of hills and shit and it's all gravel, and I just could see these fucking idiot drunk bitches fucking running down the hill. If I say your son's bleeding, they will sprint to their death. They will die before they get to this cabin because they're gonna fall on the hill. So I was trying to be calm and try to get them to come down there. So she comes, his mom, my sister-in-law, second, I don't know, it's my wife's stepsister, comes down there, and she's like, oh, fuck, and she just grabs her son by the head and twists him and yanks him out the door. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you don't even know what kind of injury he's got. Holy shit. But, I mean, I don't know. So I guess I don't want to talk shit on anybody. Everybody's got their own parenting style, but I think I've spanked my son one time in his life. And my daughter, I don't know if she's ever been for real spanked. I think she's been tapped on the butt when she's been bad. But I think my son, he's only been really spanked one time in his life at 6 years old. This other boy, I'm not trying to say he's abused or anything, but he gets the shit beat out if he does something bad. Like he gets whooped like I got whooped when I was a kid. Well, not like I got whooped. Maybe like, I don't know, another family. 'Cause I got whooped, but it was always for good reason for the most part. At least I believe it was good. It was good, but no, I mean, this poor kid. I mean, he got whooped. You know, he's bleeding from his head, and they're just screaming at his face. They're like, "I told you not to jump!" Blah 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 blah. Like fucking going nuts on him. And then my wife is down there, and she's like, "What happened?" I was like, "The boys are being boys. You know, they're banging their heads off every fucking hard surface in this goddamn cabin." You know, I tried to tell them to calm down. They were jumping around too much over here, so I told them to go into the bedroom. But I'm pretty sure they both bonked their head right there on the cabinet, and I don't know. So my son was distraught because he saw blood, you know. But no, the kid, he's fine. They were like, "Let's go see what they think about his." I was like, "I've already looked at it, you know. I've already kind of wiped it and kept it clean and looked at it and split his hair and everything. You know, it's just a knot with a little, you know, scratch in the middle or, you know, whatever. Like, we don't think he's going to need stitches." I'm like, "No shit. He just fucking bonked his head, you know, and he just ended up bleeding a lot, but he's fine." You know, the kids are rambunctious. I'll tell you what. Um, Anyways, that was the end of the fun, really. I kind of just hung out down there with my son and my daughter. We fell asleep watching The Hotel for Dogs, and then my wife, she's over there. She loves her family a whole lot, so she's up there just hanging out with them. Her sisters just hanging out, talking, gossiping, and bullshit. My wife, she found this new thing that she really wants to do, which is collect tiny food. I'm like, I don't understand you. It's like a Barbie-sized fridge, and there's a bunch of like name brand little food things that you can put in the fridge, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you buying this fucking shit? She's like, it's collectibles. You get these mystery balls, and then you can get, oh, you know, bags of chips and steaks and shit. I'm like, God damn it, woman. You're fucking insane. Anyways, so that I don't know, they've been talking about that. They all play the Switch. They all got games they play together and whatnot. Um, but anyways, yeah, I just kind of fell asleep, and then the wife eventually came down, and we all went to sleep. Woke up in the morning, got the cabin cleaned and picked up and vacuumed and everything taken care of. And then we left. We went home, stopped for breakfast at the Hardee's, and went home. So on our way home is when we were discussing some other things. So my washer decided to fuck up again. And everybody, ChatGPT, my buddy, my wife, my father-in-law, everybody's saying, "Oh, you need to replace the pump on the washer." So it's a GE washer, clothes washer, and it's got two pumps underneath the washer. There's one that's a recirculation pump that pumps water from the tub up along the side and back into the tub. It's just I don't know, recirculate the water. I get, you know, that's what it is. It's a recirculation pump. ChatGPT kept telling me that's the pump I needed to fix. Wrong. That's not the one. Um, so I ended up having a fight with ChatGPT. I'm like, that is not the right pump. And it's like, no, that is the right pump. I'm like, Why does it go up to the top and recirculate the water? How is that the pump to the sewer if that's the fucking pump to recirculate? And it's like, oh, actually, you are right. I'm like, you fucking fuckhead. I'm like, I don't know. I don't trust this chat GPT that much. I thought I was going to trust it a lot. Thought it was going to solve all my problems. But no, it's been pretty correct, but, wrong in major situations, which is kind of insane. So, anyways, there's the other pump. I guess I'm going back in time, but it's got a recirculation or a pump to pump out, not the recirculation pump, the other pump. And it's a fully encapsulated pump, plastic pump, and then there's this magnet with wires connected to it that clips to the outside. And it's a magnetic drive pump, I think is what it's called. I don't know. But my washer, the signal's getting fucked up because it's supposed to, alternate positive, negative, or whatever. And then there's a little rod on the pump that will spin. And that's so, you're not going to burn up the pump because it's magnetic. It's going to just stop. It's not going to hurt itself. And, it's also not going to leak anything because there's nothing external about it. It's fully encapsulated. And I mean, I fucked with this washer for a while, and I'm like, I just need the magnet is getting the wrong signal. I don't see how the magnet can be broke. But everybody told me to buy a new pump, so I got a whole new pump assembly coming in the mail. And I guess, the rod could be fucked up on the pump. I guess it could. But I don't know. I feel like the signal that it's sending, because it'll start pumping good, and then it'll stop. But it won't. It doesn't. It's not. It's way too fucked up, and it's very erratic, I guess you could say. Anyways, I got a new pump coming. She's trying to buy a whole new washer already. I'm like, no. She's like, we just need a new washer. I'm like, no. Don't want a new washer. Get a new, spend $600 on a new fucking washer. I mean, we'll make payments on it, but I'm like, we're trying to get out of making payments on shit, okay? Because for our vacation, that Alaskan cruise that we went on, we had a lot of bigger, I guess, kind of items, and just like a bulk amount of items that we split it up into payments, and we're trying to get those all paid off, just because we can't foot the full bill right now, but we needed to go on vacation, I guess. I don't know. I really don't want to go on vacation unless it's going to be cheap and local. But anyway, she's trying to get a new washer. That means we've already replaced a toilet, a dishwasher, a hot water heater, this year. And now she's trying to do a clothes washer. And I'm like, no. Oh, and I guess an air fryer, but I think that was last year, but it's still pretty new. And I guess that's an appliance. I don't know. I use it more than the oven. Anyways, so I bought a new pump for like 20 some bucks off of Amazon. I'm gonna plug it in and hook it up. Hopefully that fucking works. I don't know. That's what everybody's saying. But the washer isn't throwing any codes or anything. So I guess the pump could be fucked up, but I don't know. It's not throwing any codes. And I looked it up. I used forums instead of ChatGPT, but I figured out, you got to hold the pause play button and spin the dial 7 times, and then that puts it into maintenance mode, and you can go through 19 different settings. It's got 19 different things that the washer does, and you can go through each one and hit play, and it will try to activate whatever that is, whether it's spin or pump or recirculate, or hot water, cold water, mixed water, all that shit. And yeah, the only one that is not working is the pump. And I've had problems with it before, but I don't know what I did to it, but it fixed itself, and it's been working good for a while. But I don't know, the washer and dryer match, and I really don't want to buy a new washer. I don't want to have another appliance go down. So, gonna try out this new pump, see if it works. Of course, I'm going out of town today, and the pump will be arriving today. So, I don't know. I thought about calling my buddy to see if he'll go put it in for me, but I also don't want him to have to go put it in for me. I'd like to just do it myself. But we need to get some laundry done. That's for sure. Got some laundry we got to get done. Especially coming back from this little mini vacation. My brother watched the dogs while we were gone. And yeah, I was kind of worried. I wanted my brother to come over and meet the dog with us there. So, because she's a German Shepherd, they're known for being a protective animal, and she's a little wild, rambunctious. So I wanted him to come over to me. He's like, "No, I'll just come over later." I'm like, "Alrighty, I guess so. Enjoy, have fun, try not to get bit." You know. So he called me whenever he got there. And he's like, "I don't want to open the cage." I'm like, "Just open the cage or open the back door, open the cage, and just say go outside." And everything worked out fine. She ended up they ended up being good friends. And I was like, "Are you able to pet her yet?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, she's good." So she warmed up to him quick. Him and his wife, fiance, girlfriend, whatever she is now, I'm not sure. Stayed over at our house. But I guess that first night, Luna, the German Shepherd, ripped up her bed. Like, severely ripped it up, and shit everywhere in there. And I'm like, God damn it. But he said he cleaned it up. And, I don't know. It's kind of funny. I guess, I don't know. She just, we need to get her more dog toys, because she just tears everything up pretty quick, and she needs something to tear up, I guess. But her bed is the only thing she's got. And then, I guess everything went well there. And then, he left me that Chinese food in the fridge. That was so nice of him, accidentally. And then, but it was good on purpose. It was some good shit. That's a high-dollar Chinese restaurant wherever you went. That was some good shit. But yeah, me and my wife, we were also talking on the way back from the lake about getting her a new car. So I think that is something that we are going to end up doing. It's kind of, so I'm the only income in the household. We have no outstanding loans. I have a pretty good credit score according to the thing that I looked at. It's like 670. So I mean, it's not great, but it's decent for just going through a bankruptcy. So we're gonna get a co-signer, and we already got one selected that has accepted the loan co-sign. I think we're gonna get my wife a Ford. I'm not really a big fan of having a Ford, but it's cheap. If you search on CarMax.com for like mid-size SUV with low miles, local, and under 20 grand, the Ford, what is it? The Ford Escape pops up quite a bit. And I know there's a couple of years you want to stay away from, and we're staying away from those. I think we're going to end up getting this one. It's a 2019 Ford Escape fully loaded. It doesn't have the panoramic sunroof, but that's okay. She doesn't really even use the sunroof we got now, so don't really care about the sunroof, I guess. That's just more shit to leak and whatnot. I don't know. But it's got, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all the bells and whistles, heated seats, memory seats, all the good shit. So 2019, it's got 64,000 miles on it. They want 19,000 for it, and it's pretty local. It's down in Springfield, Missouri. So I think we're going to work on trying to get that car secured and then use her car as a trade-in. Even though I think getting more money for her car by selling it, outright to somebody and then using that money as a down payment would be a better idea. I just ain't got the time. I just don't want to deal with it, and I'm all about, ease of process. So the ease of the process is going to be just get all our shit out of the car, maybe throw a vacuum in it, and send it on its way. It runs, it drives, everything works on the car. It has an oil consumption issue. It's got a leaky fucking exhaust. Other than that, it's not bad. It's actually not a bad car. And yeah, some people would say, "Oh, just fix it." I don't want to. It's got like 141,000 miles on it. It's not a great. It's a piece of shit. The brakes are bad. It's got a brand new set of tires on it, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't know. Maybe I'll swap out the tires before we sell. Buy a cheap used pair of fucking tires that just hold air. Throw them on there, and then take my brand new tires home and sell them. I don't know, but yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. That's gonna come up here pretty quick. She was looking at all different kinds of cars and stuff, and I'm like, listen, the only domestic one that I would be comfortable buying would be a Ford because they're everywhere. There's a billion of those everywhere, so I can find shit at the junkyard probably for that car. It is the 2.0 turbo, so it's got the highest horsepower turbo, EcoBoost, whatever the fuck engine. And my neighbor, he's got one, but it's the 1.5 liter turbo, and he said the turbo went out on it. So, but I think the 2.0 is better off. The most issues I've noticed, just by looking it up online and researching a little bit, was transmission issues. But it says that most of those issues were resolved after 2016, I think. So, anyways, it's an okay looking car. It's white, black leather. Like I said, fully loaded, just no sunroof. It was a fleet vehicle. That's what its previous use was fleet. So, I don't know. Usually fleet vehicles are going to be in decent shape, I guess, especially if they're coming from CarMax. So, I don't know. That's what my red car was a rental, or no, it wasn't a rental. It was a fleet vehicle. My red Chevy Cruze I had. It was in good shape when I got it. I beat the fuck out of that thing and then sold it, way under what I paid for it, but I still sold it for more than what I thought I could. But yeah, I was telling her, I was like, let's get a Toyota or a Honda. But those are kind of, they're not out of our budget, but, oh well, I mean, our budget's fucking zero, really. It's nice not having a car payment, but, she's going to need a vehicle. So, she needs something to drive the kids back and forth. The Escape is going to be a little bit smaller than her current car, but that's okay. I'll just say you're going to have to get less fucking groceries. You ain't going to be able to get as many fucking groceries. But, Yeah, that's our next big purchase is getting her another car. She's trying to get a brand new Mazda CX-90 or some shit. Her grandma, which is also the co-signer, is like, "Oh, you need to go get this. It's a 0% interest, blah blah blah, CX-90." I'm like, I'm not. Yeah, maybe, but I like it's 0% interest. I'm like, well, listen, I don't want to be buying a brand new fucking car. They're like, why? I'm like, because it loses value as soon as you take it off the lot. It's a brand new fucking car. You take it off the lot, it's it's used. As soon as you take it off the lot, it's a used car, and it loses its value. Brand new cars have problems. Yeah, they say they have a warranty. Blah blah blah. Let's just get a cheaper car that's probably going to be more reliable, and we'll get the warranty through them through CarMax, and it'll be a good, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. And we also have a 30-day. I mean, with dealerships, I guess you do get a little bit of grace period. I guess maybe, but with CarMax, there is a set in stone 30-day rule that if you don't like it after 30 days, you can swap it out. So we'll drive it for 30 days. We'll drive the piss out of the motherfucker. Give her a little Italian tune-up. Make sure everything's tight and good, and if it blows up in 30 days, we can go take it back and get a new one. But I don't know. It's supposed to be a peppy car, pretty. It's got the bigger, higher horsepower. It says it's got 275 horsepower, which is fucking insane. And then she was also looking at some hybrid thing, and I'm like, no. She's like, what does hybrid mean? I'm like, I don't. Some of them you got to plug in. Some of them just charge themselves and then use battery power that it uses. I don't fucking know. Sounds like more shit to break. Let's just get a fucking gasoline car. So, yeah, anyways, I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to get that. She was looking at Kias, and I don't know. Her mom and her sister both bought a brand new Blazer and a Chevy Trax. And I'm not a fan of either of those. Not a fan of either of those things. We did take her Blazer down to Florida. That's a long story, but we bought plane tickets, and then that was when like the fucking planes shut down and shit. I don't know. We couldn't get it. They wouldn't let us fly to Georgia because our flight to Georgia was going to be on time, but our connecting flight from Georgia down to uh, Orlando was delayed and canceled. So they wouldn't let us fly. And it was like we were waking up the next morning to leave, and we're like, "What the fuck are we gonna do?" So we ended up losing 2 days of our trip. Not losing them, but instead of having 2 days in Florida hanging out with my buddy, we spent 2 days fucking driving. And we were like, "What the fuck are we? I'm not driving your fucking Equinox down there. That thing's gonna fucking explode." So we ended. Her mom was nice enough to let us use her car. And I tell you what, it was a cool car. There are some interesting features on some of the newer cars. Some of them I like, some of them I don't like. I like the adaptive cruise control because you can set the cruise to 70, and then instead of having to slow down and turn it off, turn it back on, you just set it to where it's got like 4 different distance settings. So I just set it at the furthest distance from the car in front of me. So whenever we run up to the car in front of me, if I start slowing down to 65 or whatever, I just turn on my blinker and get on over. But it would suck if you have it on that long distance and then somebody gets in front of you. Your car's going to basically not hit the brakes, but it's going to let off the throttle and slow way the fuck down and then pick back up. And I don't know. I was like, I don't know if I like all that. I had the lane keep assist. Was not a fan of that. I don't like it being able to turn itself But this new car is probably going to have all those bells and whistles on it. Whatever. I'm kind of interested in the Android Auto because my wife is iPhone, I'm Android, and it's easier than Bluetooth to get to for it to all set up. You basically just get in the car and then it'll connect. I've had her mom's car had that, but it did fuck up a little bit where it just wouldn't work. We had to like turn the car off and on like 3 times or some shit to make it connect. It wouldn't connect. Like none of the display was working for a little bit or something. I don't know. It was weird. I ended up clearing out everybody's phone that was in there, which was her mom, her sister, and her stepdad. All of them had their phones connected in there. I deleted all that shit on that trip. I basically set that car back to factory settings just to try to get it to work right. So maybe her car will be a little bit different if it's just my phone and her phone getting connected to it. And it's on 2 different total systems. So I don't know. Android Auto is pretty interesting. I don't know. They make it nice. I thought about I could get a radio, an Android Auto radio for my pickup truck. That would be kind of interesting, but I don't know. Kind of like the Bluetooth, it's just I don't need anything. I just need fucking music. And right now, as long as my Bluetooth is on, I hop in that truck, it'll automatically start playing a song. Even if I don't even have Spotify opened, it like remembers what was playing last, and it'll just start playing whatever as soon as I turn the truck on. It turns it on. It's kind of nice, And same with my 79 Chevy. Now that one is not ready to run and drive yet, but the Bluetooth in that also connects super fast, which is kind of cool. I did meet a guy at work. The guy was training the other day, and he was talking. He has a couple of cat eye Chevys or GMT 800s. And he says he rebuilds all the clusters. He's got a little shop and a little store or something. People send him clusters, and he'll redo them with different lights and different shit and everything. He said the only thing he can't change, he'll change the back plate, make it white face gauges, make it different, style letters and numbers, all that shit. The only thing he can't change is that green display where the odometer is. You can't change anything with that, which is kind of unfortunate because that is like, once you get all the other shit looking all cool and nice, that's the only thing that it looks outdated. It's like, damn. But he'll do the door switches, the interior lights, everything. I mean, I think it's just, he says it's, he's got to solder the shit in there. So he's pretty good. I'm like, oh, you're good with electronics. It's like, yeah, I like messing around with electronics and shit. Like, well, let's see here. If I gave you a stock radio to a pre-95 Chevy truck, it's got a capacitor that's bad. Could you repair that? And he said, yeah. So I'm thinking about giving him my the radio that I got from my 92 and seeing what he can do with that. And then I might see if he can either wire in, which he might be able to, wire in Bluetooth, but there's not really like a setting. Maybe he could set it to the AM FM, like I just hit the AM FM button, or the cassette button or something, and it'll turn on Bluetooth. I don't know, but I'm gonna work with him a little bit, I think, and see what he can do with it. But yeah, I think I found a guy to repair that because I called up a computer store a while back. There's a local computer store in my town, and I called him up and I said, "Hey, I have a radio. It just needs a new capacitor." They didn't even let me finish. They're like, "Nope, nope, 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 nope." I'm like, okay. I mean, it's like it's 1990 technology. I feel like if you know how to use a soldering iron and you have a little fucking capacitor, it's really fucking easy, and I'll pay you money to do it. I mean, I don't understand. I guess computer stores don't need my service. I don't know, or they just will not work on anything but a computer. I don't know. I'm like, the computer's got all kinds of little tiny shit inside of it. I don't know. I guess everything nowadays is just throw away. Oh, it doesn't work. Throw it away. We're a computer store. We fix computers by throwing them away and selling you a new one. I don't understand. They were not even. They didn't want to entertain fixing this radio. I'm like, if you want me to sign something saying if it doesn't work, I'll still pay the bill and everything, but pretty sure you can fix this fucking thing and make it work. Anyways, so I found that guy. Might have him look at that. Uh, Also, he's inspired me. Yeah, I have a cluster in that truck that's got a couple of light bulbs out. But I asked him, I was like, yeah, what do you think about the 90s? Do you think those are solder in bulbs and everything? He's like, no, those are just twist and locks. I was like, oh, okay. Do they take a special bulb? He's like, no, just a 1090 or, well, I don't know, the basic fucking bulb. I was like, oh, interesting. Okay. So I think I'm going to take that cluster out one of these days and try to replace a couple of the lights in it, make it a little bit more easy to see my fuel gauge in the dark. And maybe just replace them all, just make them a little bit brighter. Maybe even do LEDs, make it extra bright. Um, yeah, and yesterday we were home for a while. I went down to mess with the washer, but I needed to mow, but it was way too fucking hot. I was like, I'm not going out there, not doing it. I really need to mow. It's not that bad. We haven't been getting as much rain lately, so the grass hasn't been growing like crazy, but the grass is pretty tall. And weeds around the house are fucking going crazy. I need to weed eat and shit, but anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Been talking your ear off for a while now. So, keep all 18 down. Adios. We're going to talk to you later. Tell you about my travels and my tribulations or whatever the fuck else is going on tomorrow. Adios. Talk to you later.